Yo, what's going on, man? You already know what it is, man. This your boy Tune and Sports, Cleveland Cavaliers content creator and representative. I am the voice for the Cavs fans out there, man. Let's get it, man. I'm back. I've been gone for a little minute, but I'm back, man. I just want to say shout out to everyone, and shout out to everybody on the playback. Shout out to the Pull Up Podcast, man. Shout out to Rick and BJ, Miss Tay, Hope, everybody. Shout out to the Pull Up Podcast, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all, man. What's going on, man? But yo, um, yeah, I'm excited, yo. Basketball is back. uh, I know right now there's a game going on. Last time I checked, the Dallas Mavericks is getting scraped by the Minnesota Timberwolves, but it's just preseason, man. But basketball is back. It feels good to have basketball back. At least the preseason is back, but basketball is back. I miss this team, even though I've been covering, the team mostly all summer, throughout the summer league. But we already had media day. I didn't feel a need to cover that. I just let the media day be the media day. I'm pretty sure we all see media day with all our teams that we like. And now we on to the next, man, which is camp, man. As you see up on the screen, I have the preseason schedule. We will be playing the Atlanta Hawks as our first game, which will take place next week. So right now, we're just going over every little thing during these practices, and we will be seeing the Hawks October the 10th. So that's the preseason schedule right there. And then right after that, that's when we get ready for the season, of course. But yeah, man, basketball is back, man. But I just wanted to touch on a couple things, man. Especially the training camp, right? So I'm gonna be sharing some audio, a little bit of footage, but mostly audio from the players, um, and some other stuff, man. But yeah, man, day one and day two is already in the books. It's already in the books for training camp, and I'm excited, man. I'm really excited, man. How y'all feeling, man? How y'all feel about this upcoming season? You know, how y'all feel about this upcoming season, man? I know a lot of things that happen, man. I'm not gonna lie. That Bucks, the Bucks and the Boston Celtics, man. I'm still confident in our squad. I'm still confident in our team, of course. Um, but them trades, man. With the Bucks and the Celtics, the trades, they did make me kind of think about a couple things, man. Um, yeah, it did make me kind of think about a couple things. Like I said, I'm still confident in our team. I'm riding with whoever on the squad. We go up against anybody. I'm confident we could beat them. Um, but the goal is, at least for me, is to reach the Eastern Conference Finals, man. Getting out the first round, of course, will be a success. But when you have a guy like Donovan Mitchell on your team, a superstar, quality player, a lot of people believe he's already a superstar. Some people don't. But when you got that on your team, and it's a window as far as the unknown with the whole situation with the extension thing going on. Um, it's the win now. So getting eliminated out the second round, I'm not kind of okay with that. So with the moves being made with the Bucks making the move for Damian Lillard, and then you have Boston Celtics getting a great player, Andrew Holiday, who still is valuable to a contending team. Um, I just think that the road definitely looks a lot tougher. I'm not even gonna lie. Um, I'm fine with that though. I'm confident. I still think we can reach a Eastern Conference Finals as long as these pieces work out the way it should work out, man. But I'm ready to go to war with anybody, like straight up.
Spartans, prepare for glory!
Straight up, I'm ready to go to war, man. So like Bucks, Celtics, Sixers, we ready, man. We ready, man. But let's get into let's get more to the training camp with the Cavaliers, man. Like I said, day one and day two already been in the books. I'm gonna play. this quick audio. Shout out to the Wanna Go podcast, man. Shout out to Chris Fedor, one of the few writers I definitely respect, man. If it don't come from him, I'm usually not rocking with it. Like anybody else, any other reporter, I'm not really, But Chris Fedor really, me and him kind of think similar when it comes to this basketball stuff, and he has good insight on a lot of things, man. So I'm just gonna play this quick audio from Chris Fedor. Like I said again, shout out to the Wanna Go podcast, man, and he's gonna touch on so far what he's seen from training camp in practice.
Mr. Chris Fedor. And today, the Cavaliers are a couple days removed from Media Day. And we definitely want to get into that. But today, the Cavaliers held practice. So, Chris, early impressions of practice from you at this point?
Yeah, not a lot. It seems like the energy is high. It seems like the communication is up. JB Bickerstaff obviously said it's the early days, and they're installing some new things at both ends of the court. They want their offense to be a little bit different than what it was last year. So early on, it's about trying to get the new guys acclimated, get them to understand the things that they want offensively and defensively. And for the guys that were already there, it's about getting them comfortable and adjusted to some of the stylistic changes that the Cavs are trying to make.
I guess the thing that I want to get into is for most of this podcast.
So yeah, man, it's not much. It's only like I said, man. It's only been 2 days of really to go by, man. So it's still early. Everybody gonna be what they gonna be. It's no real sample size, man. Shout out to DFJ Hoots, man. Shout out to him. Smart, my boy, Bubba. Go check out his channel, man. Up and coming, man. You go drop that video, Bubba, man. Uh, Philadelphia 76ers fan. Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that content, bro. Waiting for you to drop your first video. But shout out to DFJ Hoots, man. Shout out to the Pull Up Podcast and everybody. But yeah, as far as the training camp goes, man, yeah, it's really only been like 2 days. Just trying to get comfortable, I also have audio. Shout out to the insiders, man. I have some audio for them. They was also present at training camp. A little update.
Donovan, I thought today was relaxed but attentive. He made it clear that this is a training camp atmosphere that feels very comfortable. It's a little different from last year because it's a little less scatterbrained. It's obviously early in camp. Things are just getting underway. But he said there is a comfort with the way these guys are approaching this. They know each other well. This isn't like a new team that's trying to figure out how to find its new rhythm with a new superstar like Donovan was last year added into the mix. And look, it might take a little bit of time, but he's been very complimentary of what he saw from Karis LeVert today. He can't wait to see what the spacing on the floor looks like with Max Strus. And I think this team has pretty high hopes, but doesn't want to necessarily have those hopes come out of their mouth. They want to just go out and show that they can do it well. So that's the latest from Cleveland Clinic Courts. We'll be here as regular. First from JB, I asked him about Tristan Thompson's leadership because Tristan told us yesterday at Media Day that he thinks Evan Mobley can become the next Anthony Davis. And so I wanted to know from JB's perspective what he thought and felt about Tristan's leadership that allowed him to trust the development of Evan Mobley largely to Tristan. Certainly there's a lot of people that work with young players, but Tristan's going to become a real confidant for Evan, we think. And he said it really stems from the relationship that he and Tristan had built during his time here previously. And he said he more than anything else knows that Tristan Thompson is a committed, unquestioned winner. And he wants to make sure that no matter what Evan Mobley is working on, he understands that this is coming from a place of, I want to win. And look, Evan Mobley is already becoming one of the stars in this league. But I think everybody around here is really hoping that he can elevate to even the next level. And certainly Tristan Thompson seems to think he sees something in Evan that's pretty darn special. So we're looking forward to seeing that development and their relationship along the way.
So yeah, that was the insiders, man. Shout out to the insiders, man. Good work by them, man. Being on the first day of training camp. Yeah, man. So like Evan Mobley, man, we looking for him to take this leap. Like I don't know how big the league going to be, but we looking for him to take a big enough leap to help this team out, man. And I like the new offense we're gonna be bringing in. Um, but yeah, the whole Evan Mobley and AD thing, man. That's not the first time I heard that. That's we already know Evan Mobley get comparisons with Chris Bosh. Uh, I heard KD before. I'm gonna go with Chris Bosh and Kevin Garnett, and then you have now the Anthony Davis. Now, please, no jokes about Anthony Davis. I don't want to hear. We know his injury. Besides the injuries, Anthony Davis is a great player, man, on both ends of the floor, man. Evan Mobley have potential. They think to be that, and I just want to give credit, to because Tristan Thompson think he sees that, right? Tristan Thompson, I vet. Welcome back, bro. He sees that, and he wants, I guess, to put that in Ev mind. He believes he could be that type of talent, man. It might take some time, obviously, but and he definitely has to get a lot stronger, right? And maybe even bigger. But the whole AD thing, I just want to give credit to Ryan Hollins because when I was on the Pull Up Podcast, man, shout out to Pull Up Podcast, and I was able to ask him these questions about Evan Mobley and stuff. I think he was the first person. I could be wrong, but as far as me talking to, he was the first person that actually said that Evan Mobley could be like Anthony Davis or need to play like Anthony Davis. You know what I mean? He said that. Matter of fact, let me play the audio. I got some audio here, stored. But he said that. He said that he thinks Evan Mobley could be, could be that good with his game, man. Um, hold on, give me 1 second. I got you. Give me 1 second. So it is. So yeah, here it go right here, right? Um, I think I had to get credit because I think he was the first person that said Evan Mobley need to be like AD. So shout out to Ryan Hollins, man.
You talking about having that guy? I feel like we have that guy, in Donovan Mitchell. But I want to know, what do you feel like the Cavaliers need, like, to take that next step? And I mean, like, you know what I mean, like the championship step.
Evan Mobley, when he continues to develop, I think his right now he is cold as it gets out the mid range. But I think when he starts to put the ball on the floor a little bit, when he expands his range out a little more, we're gonna start talking championship over there. But he got everything else. He's special. He's gonna have to be the second guy. He's gonna have to be a legit like guy. He's gonna have to be that like Anthony Davis to LeBron. He's gonna have to be that guy. Because with his skill set and his touch, you really can't guard him now. But when he tightens up that footwork, he gets a little bit stronger. Yeah, he's like that. He's like that. He's different, man. He's different.
So
So yeah, Ryan Ryan was like one of the first people that I could recall that said that, with the whole AD comparison, right? So I don't find it, I don't take I don't, I can see it, man. I can see it. Tristan Thompson thinks so, and some of the people on the team think so, man. Because we're gonna need Evan Mobley, obviously, to get that offensive bag, right? And he got the tools, man. He got the tools. Got to polish it, and and we know he could bring on defense, man. And yeah, please do, please do. Feel free, man. If you want to, make a video on the Cavs, make a live about the Cavs one day, man. Feel free, man. I hope you do catch these Cavs games. Like regular season matters. I'm not gonna say it don't matter. I'm only, some people still salty about how, we played in the regular season and then how we didn't show up in the playoffs. And some people feel like, oh, yo, regular season don't matter, man. The Cavs is frauds, and some of y'all checked out on the Cavs. Some of y'all who was high on the Cavs, and you're not wrong to check out on the Cavs after what we did, right? So yeah, BJ and Rick, man, yeah, catch these Cavs games this year, man. It's gonna be very exciting, man. With the new pieces we had, man, I think we could be a top three team in the East, man. I really think so, man. Um, but yeah, your boy Ryan Hollins, he said it, man. I think he was the first to say it with the AD thing, man. And we need that from Ed, right? Um, as you see on the screen, I had this is the roster, right, for training camp. Um, most of these guys on this training camp, I mean, it's like Sharif Cooper, right? He's nice, super nice, man. He's gonna be he's gonna be good for somebody team. Um, we have other guys. We have the dude Justin. I think he was with Miami. We had what's the other dude name? We have Pete Nance. Like some of these guys, they're gonna be with the G League team, right? They like we have one more roster spot. I don't see, in my opinion, I don't see Sharif or none of these guys getting that last. I think we have one more roster spot, right? I don't see Sharif or any of these guys getting that last roster spot unless they do something crazy like that you can't deny. Hold on one second. Ricky Rubio, he's out obviously, and we got to do Zaire Smith. Yeah, we have people. I must be checking out to see what they doing in training camp. But Craig Porter Jr. Those are names. Like who y'all think who's stand out from this roster, man? That y'all looking forward to see who's gonna come out and train the camp, and who do y'all like from this roster? Sam Merrill, yeah. It's a couple names on here, man. I already know how some of these guys play already, but um, like I said, it's only been 2 days. Let me see what my boy said. He said we could do some excuse me, collaboration lives when the Cavs and Clippers or the Cavs versus Bucks games. Since that's right. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, no doubt, man. I'd be down for that, man. Cavs got to get back. I think the Clippers beat us last time, but yeah, no doubt, man. This should be exciting season, man. I'll be down definitely. Um, but yeah, definitely come check out the Cavs games, man. But this going back to Evan Mobley, um, I'm looking forward to see what he definitely does, man. Um, the AD comparison. And here's some notes from Serena Winters. She's there as well. She was there on. This is her, her notes that she took, man. So she said on day one, you know, details, clean rebounds. Can I give it the middle, playing faster? That's a thing that y'all gotta look out for too, man. The Cavs will definitely play with a little faster pace. Um, Tristan is loud in defensive drills. That's a key. Communication is key. I'm happy to see that. JB, Ride Your Own Wave, song Kid Cudi. Y'all know that song, right? And you have Mutual Love at First Sight with George Niang on Cleveland. So that's just him basically saying, how his mutual interest and him wanting to be in Cleveland and stuff like that. And minivan nickname, I've been knew that was his name. Don helped give him that in Utah. As I asked him if he got hops. So shout out to, Serena, man. That's her notes, man. I need to see how the shooters perform. The Yang and Strus, the small forward position is the only position that's vulnerable for you. Yeah, look, BJ, I've been saying that, man. It been like that. It been like that, man, especially with this small backcourt. I said it before we made the move to get Max Strus. And even after getting Max Strus, I feel like the only spot I'm not really comfortable with is the small forward position, man. And I don't know, man. It might look better on offense. Defensively, I think we still gonna be a top defense. Obviously, we got two of the best run protectors in the game. I think yeah, that small forward spot, man. I prefer like a bigger wing, of course, right? That can shoot. But Max Strus, he most likely is gonna be the star small forward. So it would we if only if Isaac could like if only if Isaac was able to shoot and do the things we want Isaac to do, maybe he'd still be a star at small forward. But it's Max Strus' job unless Isaac, beat him out and turn into some Jimmy Butler or something. But I think with Max Strus being a star lineup is going to help more than Isaac Caldwell on the offensive end. And Max Strus could give you some effort on defense as well, man. But I think Niang and Strus going to kill for the Cavs. Niang being a good knockdown shooter. I believe he shot 40% from the three. I believe. I could be wrong, man, but you know, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Shout out to Coach, man. Shout out to Coach Dude, man. Yo, we back. We back, Coach. Cavaliers basketball is back. We gonna see what it is, man. We gonna see how good this team can be, man.
This is our house, coach.
We gonna see how good this team could be, man. But yeah, let me just play this quick video so far of little small clips from camp so far, little short clips. Short clips, very short clips, man. Shout out to Isaac Curl, man. uh, I hope he have a good year, man. I really do, man. The Yankees a fearless shooter. He'll get them shots up. Only issues is deep. Yeah, I know you told me that before, man. We spoke on that too. Bubba. Yeah, his defense, right? But I think having them two guys in the back, man, we have the number one defense for a reason, man. Defense is all about effort. I mean, of course, you got to get good positioning to have the lateral quickness and all that stuff. But I think the Yang, the minivan, we gonna see, man. We gonna see. I definitely noticed the shots is gonna be there for him. But yeah, if there was a concern, I would say let's see the defensive end, right? And maybe rebounding. So, because I think we're gonna see a lot of. We might see Niang at the 4 and the 5. I don't know about the 3 so much, but I know we're gonna see him at the 4, and we're gonna see him at the 5, right? They're gonna play with the lineups. They're gonna during the season. We're gonna see some things being experimented by JB and the coach staff. We're gonna see some things, right? Y'all probably gonna question certain things, but it's gonna be like all seeing like what's working and how can they learn from it. We're gonna see some things, man. Niang can't guard nobody in the league. He can't guard nobody in the league though. Nobody.
They're trying to get political.
Yeah.
Look at this shit.
What is going on?
Why even?
Saying he ain't can't guard nobody, huh? I mean, we look, we gonna see, man. You know one thing I do know, he probably can't guard nobody in the league, right? But one thing I do know, I know he's gonna give me effort. I know he's gonna give me energy. I know he's gonna give me that toughness I'm looking for. I know that. I know that. That's cool. I'm cool. I'm cool with that. Just act like you want it, man. Show me that you got heart, man. I know he gonna bring it. I know he gonna give everything that he got to this team. I know that. So we'll see what happens, man. Coach said Isaac Curl is a bust. Yo, it's man. You don't think it's too early, Coach, to be calling him a bust? I mean, is he really a bust though? I mean, I know. Okay, I know he a top 5 pick, right? We drafted him at number 5, right? But it wasn't really for his offense. You know that it wasn't. Can we really call him a bust, man? I don't. Did we give him enough time to like, he been with us for how many years now? What is this, year 4 for him? Sheesh, he said Isaac Curl is a bust, man. I, man, I don't know, man. I want to see what he do this season, man. We know he's gonna be coming off the bench, so he's gonna be in a different role, still doing what he does, man. He. I mean, look, he's okay. You say he's a bust. If you look at the team, he's our best defender in terms of guarding the perimeter. Um, he's our best defender in terms of that. So I mean, he's that big at all, man. I feel you, man. I was when they made the pick, I was just like, I wasn't upset or excited about it. I was just like, 'cause I forgot who was in who was after me, who came after him, but it was I didn't really know how to take it, man. But I know he was gonna bring the defense, man. And my man Bubba still with the disrespect, seeing them 2 midgets in the middle was just oh man, yo, I love it, man. I love the I love it, yo. They go, yo, Bubba, when they holding up that when they holding up that Larry Bird what's it, the Eastern Conference Finals trophy, man. You gonna see you keep that same energy, bro. You gonna see you keep that same energy. We definitely coming for Philly. We gonna move past Philly. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that is true. He is out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I know, like offensively, we know he's uh limited, right? He's gonna spot up, stand in the corner, and shoot, or sometimes he's not gonna shoot the ball and drive. You know how he usually do. But he did have a time when he was clicking in that corner. He hit a game winning shot for us right against the Nets, man. That was big. We know his defense is good though. His defense is pretty good, especially against guards, right? Definitely against guards, his defense is good. He's our best person to put on somebody, right? On the perimeter, but him and Evan Mobley, and JA, those are best defenders. So yeah, offensively and he's good, in transition, but uh we gotta like play to these players' strengths. Hopefully Isaac can shut people up like Kaz LeVert did when people wanted to trade Kaz LeVert. So we gonna wait and see, man. It's still early. Oh, wow, I didn't realize Okoro was that. Yeah, he's young, man. How old is Okoro? He's young. He's definitely young, right? I don't want to call him a bust though, man. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, man. I definitely want to do that, man. But let me move on. I do have some audio from the camp. I won't be playing the video, but I will be playing the audio from day 1 and day 2. From the players. and we could listen together, whatever. And I try to break it down from my perspective. But let me just play this audio, man. I really do hope Isaac can shut people up this season, man. But he is on a short leash, man. But we'll see, man. We definitely gonna see, man. But I'm gonna play this quick audio by JB.
That's all her. Kidding me.
Coach, what were the biggest focuses from today, and how was it being back day one?
I mean, it's great to be back. It's fun to have all the guys in the gym. The energy was good. They were excited to be back and get started. Focus was just on the foundation. The guys that were here, kind of a refresher, and the new guys, just teaching the details of our system, both offensive and defensive.
What were the early impressions of the new guys?
I mean, it's, nothing yet. You watched them on film, you've studied them, so you have a pretty good idea. To watch them work is a little bit different. And, I mean, they were putting forth the effort. They were communicating well, bringing their experience from different places to the group, asking the right questions to make sure they know exactly what's needed of them and what they're supposed to be doing. So, so far so good, but it was only an hour and a half.
You mentioned a few times yesterday that Max and George were two guys that you targeted at the start of free agency. When it comes to Max in particular, why was he so important for you guys to add this offseason?
I think everybody talks about the shooting, and I think that's an obvious piece. But there's a movement that goes with his shooting that's disrupting the defenses as well. He's not just a guy who you leave in the corner and he's a standstill spot shooter. He's a guy that can be a disruption because teams have to chase him, and he plays at a speed that forces defenses to make tough decisions quickly. He's also the type of person that we value here. Again, I think everybody knows his story about how he had to earn everything and earned his way into a starting position on an NBA Finals team. That's not easy to do for guys that, but what it does is it shows the type of character that he has and his ability to handle, disappointment, adversity, and not put his head between his legs, but continue to fight and figure it out. We talk about people here first, talent second, and again, I think we hit a home run and the type of person we got, and then throwing talent on top of that.
In terms of stylistic changes on the offensive end, JB, last year you guys ran pick and roll with the frequency of anybody else in the league, right up there at the top. And Darius is an elite pick and roll player, and Donovan and Jarrett's a great screen setter, and all those different things. Like, how do you make sure that you implement the changes that you want to make now that you have the new personnel, but don't lose the foundation of your offense that made it a top 10 offense?
I think we have to get there and disguise it a little bit. There's so many different actions that we can run that can get us there. But I think it's also more effective and more efficient if teams don't know it's coming. So I think last year, as great as our guys were in the pick and roll, if you can disguise it and trick them with a backdoor cut or an off-ball action, and a layup here, and now teams are so worried about that other stuff that they're just not prepared for the pick and roll, I think our guys become even better at it. So, disguise it, move people around a little bit, but still give the guys the opportunity to play a game that they're elite in.
So the answer you give Chris, do you like Max to stand in the corner and wait, or do you want him coming out pinned down?
I think it's a combination of both, right? I think early through the clock, the more movement, the better. When a secondary action starts to happen, then all those guys have to hold their space so people know where their outlets are. And, I think what you'll see is it's going to take a little bit of time for Max and our big guys to figure each other out. Our big guys are used to playing with Donovan and Darius, who play pick and roll, they attack, they find him. Like, Max really likes to throw the ball and chase it, and then maybe get to a second action. If he doesn't get the chase, now it's a full cut, he gets the late layup. So it'll be, a little bit of both, and I think he just has to read the play on the strong side and when he's the active guy on the weak side.
You couldn't really play the 4-2
Yeah, I mean, it's all this stuff comes down to space, and space starts with the fear of guys being able to make threes. Again, we're not going to be a team that comes down and just jacks the first three. We want to find the balance so that our offense helps our defense and our defense helps our offense. But again, guys with reputations that we have now, people are less likely to run off of them and help. So, now guys can continue to do their thing. If they do want to help, now we can make them pay. So I think there's a balance that we'll have to find in both those situations.
And Shooter was really spacing. The spacing period. Shooter was needed spacing. We saw what happened, of course, and the front office not dumb. They saw that as well. This roster couldn't go another season together like this, like the roster we had recently constructed, right? Um, we couldn't go another season like that, man. If the goal is to compete for a championship, then it couldn't have been that, man. And shout out to the Jedi, man, aka Osman. You know, he can't do what Max Strus is going to be bringing to this Cavaliers offense. Respectfully, I'm sorry, he can't do it, man. No one, and I mean no one, is worried about chasing Osman around anywhere to stop him from shooting. You feel me? Like, nah, nah, it's not gonna happen, man. And JB just told you, man, we have guys that's gonna demand respect from that outside, man. It's gonna draw a lot of attention, man. And I'm sorry. I know some people like Osman. I like Osman as well, right? But he's not. He wasn't. He can't do what Max Strus. Max Strus gonna bring a different flow to this offense. With this motion offense they're gonna bring, man.
It's facts. It's facts. It's not facts. These facts. It's not facts. It's not facts. It's facts.
It's facts, man. It's just gonna be like that, man. Look, and I know, like, Isaac Coral, man. Like, even with Isaac Coral, man, he came and do what Max Strus is, gonna be doing for our team, and that's why JB said, what he said, man. Um, he don't need a guy to be, just sitting in the corner, man. He constantly needs you to move around and demand attention from the opposing team's defense. And like a Coro, he just would be, spotting up, shooting the ball. If y'all want to call him a spot up shooter, he's a corner boy, man. And who doesn't always shoot the rock, but with Max, I know for sure, like, he's going to be shooting it every time when he can. He's going to be making them tough shots, them closeout shots, man. He's not going to be he's definitely not going to be passing the ball up like that if he got the shot, man. I don't know if y'all want to say he's elite at shooting the ball. I wouldn't go that far, but he's pretty good. When it comes to making shots from the outside, man. Especially the amount of shots he be taking. So, and y'all had asked for a better offense. I mean, we all did, right? I challenged AB and the coaching staff during the summer, like, to be more creative. After that Knicks series, be more creative on the offensive end, because that ISO ball and the pick and roll, it ain't always gonna be it, right? And it looks like we stepping in a better direction when it comes to keying in on the offense, man. And I'm really excited to see what this gonna look like, man. I know what it's gonna look like, but I want to see the product on the floor. And you said no three with Diva. Yeah, yeah, I hope he prove all of us wrong, man. Yo, this dude, man. I don't know about just listen to a politician or an NBA coach, man. Hey, Bubba, man. Yo, chill out, man. That's my coach. Chill out. Call him a politician, man. JB is a very knowledgeable man. He know how to talk, man. He talk a good game, man. But he need to put his coaching out there. We need to see him coach now, man. He definitely could talk a good game and motivate the team. But we gotta see some X and O's and stuff like that, man. Um, Let me move on to the very next. I got audio from Niang, man. Some audio from Niang from day one.
Wow, that's a pretty loaded question. Free agency was kind of crazy. I mean, it happens fast, right? You know, free agency opens and things start happening. I think the biggest thing that drew me to Cleveland was their winning culture that they had started to build with the young core group they have. So when you look at it, you have stars that are young. So the trajectory of this team looks like they're going to be winning for a long time, and I wanted to help be a part of that. Clearly, they noted that shooting was a need for them, and that's something that I can do, and that's what excited me the most about being here. I've played in blue collar cities before, and that's kind of where I feel like I fit, and Cleveland fit that for me, and it was a mutual love at first sight, as some would say.
As you're playing in a contract year, George, obviously your focus is on the team that you're on. But, like, are you playing against other teams looking at a situation saying, interesting, maybe I could fit there, or maybe I could bring some of the things that they're lacking?
Yeah, if I thought that way, I would play terrible every night. So I'm just going out there trying to win. I mean, when you just go out there and try to win, those things kind of take care of themselves. I wasn't coming into Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse last year thinking like, oh, I need to get on the Cavs and make 5 threes. So I get what you're saying, but I think when you just go out there and focus on winning, those kind of things just fall into place. And whether if it's a contract year or not, I mean, winning is fun. I would hate to be on a team that wasn't winning because those days get long and miserable. So that's kind of what I'm kind of looking to do here is step in and try to make winning plays and win.
What was your outsider's view of the Cavs?
Young team, played hard as heck every single night, and if you didn't come to play, when I was with Philly, we came in here and lost by 35. I mean, they will beat you if you were not ready. And now I think, like I talked about, the trajectory of this team, each off season, each preseason, they're taking steps to continue to get better, and I'm just happy that I can help be a part of that, building process to win a championship, not just make the playoffs.
What's the story behind the minivan nickname?
Man, I wish you were there yesterday because I feel like I explained it like 10 times. But so my good friend Donovan over there, when we were in Utah together, I had a chance to go up and.
Spartans, prepare for glory.
Y'all heard the man. Y'all heard what he said. Y'all heard him, right? He said he trying to win a championship. He trying to win a championship here. And I know some of us got different expectations for this team. Some will be satisfied with probably making the playoffs, like making it past the first round. We already exceeded doing the play-in to the playoffs. Now, some people is going to be happy, well, at least getting out the first round, right? They satisfied with that. Or, for me, like, that's cool, right? The getting out the first round and having a hard fought second round series against whoever it might be, right? But for me, like, that's not good enough. Like, my mindset is always to try like the win at everything I try to do. Like, I want to win, man. Like Niang really said in the interview, man. It's not fun. Nobody wants to just play non-winning basketball. You know what I mean? It's definitely not fun, and that's my mindset, man. Um, I always want to try to give it my all, man. Like Darius, Spider, Levert, and the Yang, they all said that their goal is to win a championship. They all said that. You could look it up yourself. Um, like at the end of the day, that's one of the reasons you go out there and you compete for 82 games and plus the posters to have a opportunity to battle for a championship. That's what the goal should be, right? All the time, right?
Spartans, prepare for glory.
That should be the goal. But shout out to our GM, um, president of basketball operations, man. However you want to call Kobe, man, he's still the GM. Shout out to him in the front office for not having that loser mindset and actually trying to build something special here. And a lot of teams, out there, they would like try to tank, and you have certain players or some organizations who just want to sell tickets. sell seats and jerseys, and they don't really value winning. You know, that's how some teams operate. But I'm just glad for us, like whether you hate him or you're not too fond or think too much of Kobe Altman, right? I think Kobe Altman done a great job. My opinion, I think he done a great job. Besides the Kyrie trade, that a lot of people was not happy with when it happened. Besides the Kyrie trade, other than that, I appreciate him and our organization for making the Cleveland Cavaliers a winning culture again prior to LeBron James leaving, of course. I think this was one of our fastest rebuilds. It's crazy, like to think how fast we got back to where we need to be, where we belong, man. In the playoffs. And trust me, nobody want to lose, man. That losing stuff is whack. I feel Niang on that. That stuff is whack, man. Losing is pretty bad. Especially if you losing on purpose. Like what? Like come on, man. Tanking stuff is crazy. But going into the season, you gotta try, right? And if you go into the season knowing the outcome, um, if you go into the season knowing the outcome in terms of like the tanking thing, it's just not. It's whack, man. When you don't have nothing to look forward to, you got players out here playing for picks instead of trying to put banners up and stuff like that. But come on, like shout out to our front office, man. Shout out to Kobe Altman, man. I shout out a lot of people, man, that I really rock with, man, and I rock with JB and Kobe Altman, man. So shout out to Kobe Altman. Shout out to our front office for building a culture here, um, and a winner mindset. You know what I mean? Shout out to Kobe Altman, man. Cause it was days, we some of y'all wasn't even old enough for the first rebuild after LeBron departure, man. Them times definitely was tough. Losing is tough, right? But I just think it's like kind of cool for Cleveland, the Cleveland Cavaliers to be a destination for free agents. I think that's pretty dope and within itself. It may not be like the sexy names or big time free agents that's coming here. But we was able to have mutual interest in the free agents we brought in, especially with Niang. So let me just move right along with Donovan Mitchell. I want to get into the Donovan Mitchell interview. Let's move right along. Day one.
Season, it was your first training camp with this team. So how's it different now that you're no longer going to be back?
It's more relaxed, to be honest. You kind of have an idea of what's coming. It's you're. I was talking to somebody back there. I was just like, you feel more out of shape when you don't know what's going on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, 'cause you're trying to run and be everywhere and trying to do something. Like, now it's like, okay, I know what this is. I know where I got to be. I know where you got to. So now I'm running my stuff and I'm getting into. You kind of visualize, what's being taught more because you've gone through it. So that's the good part. And it's exciting what we got. We got guys working hard, competing, running around. We obviously got another one tonight, but it's good to be back out here and I'm excited.
When you visualize being in the starting lineup with Max Strus and playing alongside him, like what goes through your head? What does that look like?
Obviously space. That's the biggest thing. Is the space, being able to shoot. Obviously being able to play, make, and create. And the simple plays consistently over and over again. Making the defense have to make decisions. And then on the defensive end, we got to guard. We got to go out there and be able to. He's got tougher. So continuously guarding, and Max is a guy who's done it at the highest level for, I want to say, two or three seasons. So he brings that, championship mindset and identity over here with us, and you see it. We've seen it today. We're going to continue seeing it. So, with the addition of him, in the lineup, it's going to be a lot more open shots, but also a lot more, when we have those two guys back there, competitive on the ball and making it tough on guys.
Harris told us yesterday that not a lot of people knew that he had shoulder surgery last summer. He said he couldn't really train the way he wanted to last summer. I'm not asking you to evaluate his shoulder, but give us an idea from what you've seen of him. Does he look sharper, quicker, more locked in.
I didn't know he had shoulder surgery. That's
There you go.
I had no idea. That's just he's a guy that never gets tired. You know what I mean? So he's a guy that's always, he's always going to be crisp. He's always going to go through things at 110%. He's one of the hardest workers that I've seen. Obviously it's one practice, but he's always there, like in shape, up and down, ready to go. I swear he doesn't take time off, to be honest. But he looks good. Like I said, I didn't know last year. He had shoulder surgery, but last year he looked really good. This year I'm expecting the same, if not more, from him, because that's just the type of competitor and type of person that he is.
Kind of touched on this a minute ago. It looks like you can score before now with 4 shooters. That you really couldn't do last year. Was it difficult last year at times to drive and operate with the floor? Did it just feel crowded?
Yeah, at times, but we still got 51 wins. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to sit here and say like that's. It's obviously a thing we address and fix, but at the same token, we had success with it. Obviously, the playoffs are different and whatnot, but I missed shots that I could have made. DG did the same thing, so I'm not going to say like it's difficult, but it makes it easier. I'll give you that, but at the same token, we lost not because of ourselves. We did a lot of things that we've done all year well that we just didn't do throughout the series. You got to give credit to obviously New York, but we didn't play like ourselves either.
Well, this team last year went a lot of defense and gritty and toughness, but this is a pace and space league. Mm-hmm. Will this team now play a little bit more like a lot of the other teams?
Yeah, I think so, but I think at the same token, you don't want to lose your identity as well. You look throughout the season what we were able to do defensively. Now it's just converting those stops. Getting out of transition, being able to push the pace. Were we last in pace last year, something like that? So now it's like we get to stop. You have Ev, who's front runner defensive player of the year. You have Jared Allen, who's a phenomenal shot blocker, and Forrest down low. And then you got myself, DG, Max, Karras, guys running out, George, running out shooting. So now it's like we just push the pace, get stops and go. Converting off of our stops, I think will be huge.
You used the word sucked yesterday when talking about the playoff series against the Knicks, and immediately after that series, you were hard on yourself, and you're still being hard on yourself for your performance in that. In what way did that series fuel your off season, and was there anything different that you did this off season because of that?
Obviously it's fueling because you don't achieve the goal that we obviously wanted. But for me, I didn't play. Honestly, just the way I had all year. I didn't play like myself. And like I said yesterday, I missed some shots. Sometimes you're going to miss shots. It's an unfortunate timing of when I missed those shots, but I missed shots. In the same token, it's like, okay, how do we fix that? What can we do? And obviously we addressed it in different ways, like we can talk Jason spacing and whatnot, but sometimes it's just like, look, it's got to be better. And I think from my training, just being better when I'm tired, being better all around off the ball, on the ball, make decision making. That's the biggest thing from my side. I always preach efficiency. There's no one person that's perfect in the efficiency category. There's always ways to get better in that regard. And but as much as I am hard on myself about that series, at the same token, it's over with. You know what I mean?
Sorry, were you done? Sorry. No.
Oh no, sorry.
The Cavs rebuild after LeBron left ain't nothing compared to the early days of the process.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Jesus cost to your strength. Victory has defeated you.
Hey, Bubba. Yo, Bubba, if you still there, man.
Stay off the weed.
Come on, man. Come on now. The process. I'm not, you know what, bro? I'm not even going to get into that, bro. You're going to throw me off, man. I'm not even going to get into that comment, man. But, hey, man. The Cavs had they had a fast rebuild, bro. They had a fast rebuild. Donovan Mitchell, though, shoot, a lot, a lot of these players, they already said some of the stuff, most of the stuff that I said, and others that's in tune said, um, the spacing, man, having the proper spacing, for our backcourt to have room to work, especially in that Knicks series, a lot of things. I could point out a lot of things. Like I said, I blame the team. I blame certain people. Not just Donovan Mitchell, right? Um, I know some of y'all might not be sold on having this undersized lineup, I guess you could say, as far as 1 through 3 goes. With Max Strus being your starting small forward. But that's not up to us. Our coaching staff and Kobe Altman believes in it. We just gotta wait and see how it really look for us. It would definitely be some overlooks for Max Strus because teams will have to respect Max straight up. Or Niang, they gotta respect these guys' shot. They shooters. They gotta respect them more than an Isaac Okoro, who might pass up a shot like he does, or they gonna respect this shot more than a Shetty Osman who we're gonna shoot 1 for 11 or something like that, man. No shade, no shots at Shetty, man. Shout out to the Jedi, man. But regardless, I think we're a better team. You know what I mean? I think we're a better team than before, and adding more toughness to this team and some deep playoff experience to this roster to go along with championship experience that's coming from Double T. Um, I like it, and I think we got a dark horse chance. Now I'm gonna say dark horse chance. But I'm glad to like have someone. Um, and I'm speaking about Max Strus, someone from the Miami Heat culture. I know we can't replica, what they do over there, but I just like excited to like pick Max Strus' brain a little bit. Not me, picking his brain, but the players can pick his brain or whoever want to know like how Miami operate or see what work. We gonna see how it work with us. With Max Strus, that Heat culture is like a real thing, man, and they do so much with less talent. And in terms of not having superstars and all that stuff, with undrafted talent. So like at the end of the day, like you just gotta respect it. Um, as far as the Knicks series goes, I think that the Knicks series in a sense made us a better team. Like it really affected most of us. I'm gonna say all of us, and it hurt it. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't watch the playoffs again until like late second round. Um, I didn't want to watch the playoffs after that loss. Like I was really, I was really feeling ashamed.
Shame. Shame.
I was feeling it, man, during that series. I'm not gonna lie, but like it affected us, man. And I was happy when Miami beat the Knicks, though. I was rooting for Kevin Love, yo. Though I was like, yo, I was so happy when they beat the Knicks. I can't stand the Knicks, man. Just off the fact that we took that nasty L, man. That's just nasty. But you know, like some of the guys, like after the Knicks series, I what's called even mentioned it. Some of these guys went straight to working out. They went straight to cause like hitting the gym and stuff like that, or hitting the weights. Like some of these guys went straight to working out after the series was over, man. I know Spider was really mad. Being that it's the whole New York Knicks drama. It's like it's the whole Knicks saga, between Donovan and Mitchell. This is a storyline right now. So, and it's still a storyline. So, I know he was upset, man. And he will tell you he played like doodle. Like he's gonna hold himself accountable, man. Accountability, man, is which like a thing. You gotta be accountable, man. Be held accountable, and he always takes the blame. Him and Jared Allen, they usually take more blame than you can say they should, but they do it, man. As being one of the leaders of the team with him and DG, he got to, man. He's the best player on the team. We go as he goes, right? But for that next series, I just look at it like a comeback season for us. And as far as the identity thing goes, our identity is should be our defense, right? But we have a better offense to look at now, to go with. And I remember y'all was asking for a faster pace. I forgot who was it. I really did forget. It could have been Ahmed. I ain't see Ahmed in a minute. It could have been Ahmed. One of y'all said y'all wanted to play way faster than this slow pace basketball we was playing, man. Y'all, I think one of y'all said y'all wanted to play like the Kings. I was like, yeah, I don't know about that, but y'all just wanted a faster pace, and we got that. We got that, man. Cavs going to surprise the league this year, especially if Evan Mobley makes his third year leap. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, champ. Absolutely. Um, I think we could surprise. I'm gonna say we a dark horse right now though. Um, I'm not as confident as putting us right there since the moves that was made. But I still think we're gonna be a top three team. I think we should be listed as a dark horse team, right? The goal is to obviously get to the finals. I'm gonna say our ceiling will be Eastern Conference Finals in my opinion. But I think so, man. They want Double T already trying to get this whole AD Evan Mobley comparison going. Um, we gonna see, man. We definitely gonna see, man. Let me shout out to the champ, man. Shout out to champ. DM not signing is all hype, no story. Unless Cavs go to the Eastern Conference Finals by next year. Donovan Mitchell is heading to New York Knicks in 25-26. And you know what? I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that in 1 second too about the extension thing. But I mean, this only became a story. Well, you know what? It was already gonna be a story because of initially he thought he was going to New York, man. This whole him being from New York, it just was gonna be a story. And I said this like a year ago, well, a couple months ago. I told people's man, I told my people's BJ. I told people, I said, yo, this gonna be a story. And don't look too much into it, man. Especially with the media from New York that's putting out these reports, man. And I don't know if it started. I'm gonna say like we had people in house starring narratives, but I mean he asked the question, and I guess that's how he took it, and he reported on it. What you call it did. Um, but it's just gonna be a story. Like it's at the end of the day, Donovan Mitchell is still under contract, bro. Like as long as you in a Cleveland Cavaliers uniform, I have no problem with you. I look at it as long as you rocking with us, as long as you wearing that Cleveland across your chest, that Cavs across your chest, I have no concern about anything else. I'm in the now. I'm in the moment. I'm not even worrying about the future right now. The future ain't even here yet. We worry about now. We trying to win now. So whatever Donovan Mitchell do decide to do, at the end of the day, is his decision. I know a lot of y'all want to trade him. Going into next year if he choose not to sign an extension because he has until next year. I mean, it will make no sense for him to sign an extension now just because y'all wanted him to. Like this is basically a want. This is what fans want. And now that you upset that he ain't do it, some people feel like, oh, trade him. He's not gonna sign here. Like at the end of the day, he can do whatever he want, right? I'm not the owner. If Dan Gilbert feel like he want to trade Donovan Mitchell on his last year, because I think he got 2 more years left. Let's see, 25, 26. If he feel like he want to trade Donovan Mitchell, go ahead. But I will keep Donovan Mitchell, man. We don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. Donovan Mitchell don't even know what's going to happen. He can't tell you where he going to sign at right now. He don't even know if he's going to New York right now. It all depends on what the Cavaliers going to do this season. If we able to get out the first rounds, we able to show that we can compete, and as long as we making Donovan Mitchell happy, then it shouldn't be no reason why he don't choose to choose to come back here. By the end of the day, if he really wants to go to New York, then so be it, man. I mean, the Knicks ain't really. Man, I'm not even gonna talk trash about the Knicks, man. it just don't make sense. I know it just don't make sense to me, man. But if he do go to New York, so be it, man. He will be a free agent to do whatever he want if he decide not to trade him. And I hope we don't trade him. I think him and Kobe they've been talking, so hopefully we could persuade. But Donovan Mitchell might not be long term. It might not be a long term thing, but we gotta wait and see, man. He has until next season, um, next summer to do the extension thing, man. It would make no sense to do it now, so I wasn't even upset about that. And I knew more stories were gonna come out. That's how I don't even be talking about it no more. I talked about it like twice because they kept talking about it. Donovan leaving and stuff. Like it just New York fans doing the same thing. It is what it is, man. Um, it is what it is, man. He can do whatever he want. But as long as he in a Cavalier uniform, I'm riding with Donovan Mitchell, bro, straight. And I'm worried about the now, man. So we'll see, champ. We'll see. We definitely going to see, man. I'm gonna get into the extension. I'm about to close out soon. I'm gonna get into the whole extension thing, man. But let me move right along to the day two. Um, so I have some audio from Max Strus. Let's get into the Max Strus thing, man. Day two.
It's tough. We definitely get after it. It's been a lot of fun, but we need it. We need to get in better shape, and we got some new pieces, obviously myself included, that need to learn how to play with guys and get more comfortable with each other. So it's going to take time, and we need as many reps as we can get. JB's been great. Super communicative with you. Like he's willing to talk to you about anything. Friendly. I mean, he has a good time. It's been great so far.
You probably had your own view of the Cavs from afar when you were playing in Miami and when you were considering everything this offseason. In what way, if any, has the first couple of days being around these guys matched or been different from what you thought you were watching?
Yeah, from watching from the outside and everything that I've heard, it's been exactly what I thought I was coming into. I mean, we have a room full of great people, great teammates, and phenomenal basketball players. So that's a great foundation to start on. And if you have that, the sky's the limit. So with all the talent and all the repetitions that we're going to get in, it's going to be a really fun year with these guys.
You mentioned something on Media Day, how leadership is something that you take very seriously, and that's something that you wanted to bring from Miami. How do you do that, coming to a new team when there are some already established voices?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes. I'm not trying to make this my thing. I'm going to try to figure it out and try to fit in where I can get in. And but I just think, guys I've already talked to a bunch of guys that I have the experience that I've had. They respect, and we have a lot of guys that want to get to where I was the past 2 years. So with the experience and knowledge that I've gained from that, I think it's just little knick-knack things here and there that I can give, or stuff that I've learned along the way from my past that can help make this team better.
Kevin Love said yesterday that he already misses you. Does that surprise you?
No, I miss Kevin. For the short time we had together, he was one of my favorite, if not my favorite teammate of all time. So miss him dearly, and I wish him the best of luck out there.
With the kind of movement that you put strain on other opposing defenses, how much do you look forward to the opposite end? You actually going in with J.A. and Evan and all them to show what you're capable of on the defensive end as well.
Yeah, it makes my job easy. With guys like that at the rim, protecting the rim like that, it just makes it easier to guard on the perimeter. You can pressure the ball more. You can force guys off the line, just to force them into probably the best rim protector in the league, if not two of them. So having guys like that is a huge addition that I haven't been used to. I mean, Bam's phenomenal at it as well, but I mean, J.A.'s probably the best in the league at protecting the rim. So to have that behind you is amazing.
Any more questions?
Max, is there any difference for you playing small forward versus shooting guard?
No.
Is there anything that you would have to adjust to from like a defensive standpoint in terms of scouting reports or things along those lines?
No, I mean, every game is going to bring us challenges. Everybody's different. But I've guarded point guards, I've guarded centers, so I'm not really scared to guard anybody or put myself in any situation. Yeah, so there's no really difference of guarding a 2 or a 3. I mean, to me.
And then in Miami, so much of what you did was DHO stuff with Bam.
Yeah.
How long did it take you guys to get that kind of chemistry? And do you see evidence that Evan Mobley can do some of that
Absolutely.
Bam-like stuff?
Absolutely. Evan's a phenomenal passer and has great vision, let alone being a phenomenal scorer already. So as young as he is and as talented as he is, I think me and him can build a connection together. I can't put a timeline on how long it's going to take, but as soon as all these training camp reps, preseason games, first couple weeks of the season, we're gonna keep building our foundation together and keep building that connection, and hopefully by mid-season it's as good as it can get. So I do see a good future with me and Evan in those handoffs and stuff like that.
To make that connection what you want it to be, like what is important for Evan in that kind of role?
Just learning me, just learning, how I like a handoff or when I like to be thrown it to, or just playing off each other. And I need to do the same with him, how he likes the ball back to him or where he wants it to be delivered. So it's an everyday thing that me and him have already been working on. So we will continue to do it and get more comfortable with each other.
Spartans, prepare for glory.
Yeah, that was Max Strus. That was Max Strus talking about Evan Mobley, man. The connection that they can soon build together, man, and be like a replica of a Bam and Max Strus thing. It was, what they did in Miami. We have some new guys, man. It's going to take some time for us to like get it all the way together. Hopefully sooner than later. But um, the good thing is with Donovan Mitchell, he already got like a whole year in with the Cavs. Him and DG. Um, and what I like about like having that new group, we have some guys that's going to be be talkative. Like we have guys on the team. I said before the season ended, well, when the season ended, for us, I said that how I wanted some dogs. I wanted some toughness on this team. Some guys that's gonna like have fight in them. We sort of got that. I like it that with this group of guys, they talking. Like they are some good. They are talkative. They going to bring toughness. Basically, I think with Strus and Yang, and even our vet Double T. Shout out to Tristan Thompson, man. All these guys are vocal, right? Tristan Thompson could be vocal, especially for this Cavs team, man. They're going to hold guys accountable, and they're going to show tough love, like Tristan Thompson mentioned before. He's going to bark on. He's gonna bark on our bigs if he had to. He's gonna bark on anybody on the team if he had to, man. Especially Donovan. I can see him barking on Donovan if he ain't doing what he got to do, man. But Tristan Thompson's gonna hold the bigs accountable. He's gonna show that tough love. Nothing personal. It's basketball. Um, so yeah, I think the OT gonna let him. He gonna let him. He gonna let him know, like he gonna let Ev and Ja. He gonna let them know, like, yo, you gotta do this, man. So I think like bringing them back, I think that was a good signing in my opinion, man. I think it's more. I think it mean more than some of y'all fans realize, man. Um, I remember when him and Brown went at it. They had got into it. I was like, yo, Tristan need to chill, yo. Brown go get him traded. Like he was bugging. I forgot what game it was. It could have been the playoffs, right? When Tristan Thompson went off on Braun. um, but I was like, yo, Tristan Wilding. I think LeBron, Braun being Braun. I think Braun had missed a. I think Braun tried to blame Tristan Thompson for a missed assignment, but it could have been Braun's fault. I forgot, but Tristan went off on you can find the video. Tristan went off on right, but I just like that he's not afraid to speak his mind. Like you need them type of guys. You need guys like that. Um, who's gonna talk to no matter what status you is. If you wrong, you wrong. If you need to be held accountable, I think you need guys like Tristan Thompson, PJ Tuckers, and you Udonis Haslams, them type of players, man. They might not have a lot in the tank, but they are definitely a key on the team, man. To a contender team, man. Having that vet. But Evan Mobley is the X factor, man. We talked about this already, and it's going to be interesting to see him and Max Strus play with each other. And mirror how Bam worked with Strus. It's going to take time though, so I'm not even worried about that, man. But let me move right along, man. I don't want to drag it. Let me move right along to JB, man. This is day 2, JB. Day 2, JB at practice.
Still early, but how is he?
I mean, he's done a great job. He picks up what we give him. His effort is great. He's got a really good understanding of the game. I think, people shortchange, how high his basketball IQ is as a playmaker. Everybody always talked about his ability to score and create shots, but he sees.
Still early, but how is he?
I mean, he's done a great job. He picks up what we give him. His effort is great. He's got a really good understanding of the game. I think, people shortchange, how high his basketball IQ is as a playmaker. Everybody always talked about his ability to score and create shots, but he sees the floor extremely well, makes the right play most of the time, and then defensively he's picking up our stuff, using his length, know how to keep guys in front of him and contest and challenge shots. So he's done a great job.
How do you describe Darius's leadership style?
It's natural, and it's based on his personality that people just want to be around him and gravitate to him. It's difficult to put that into descriptive terms, but he just has a magnetism to him because he's people know that he's trustworthy and he's selfless. So they're willing to go the extra mile, and they're just willing to follow him based on who he is. What we've seen so far is his voice is growing even more now, in just these past couple of days. You add that on top of, his natural charisma, and you got the perfect mix for the type of leadership you're looking for.
At so many points last year, you gave Isaac the toughest defensive assignment when he was in that starting lineup with Max. If he's not this year, how much confidence do you have in Darius that he can handle those kinds of matchups and you don't have to cross-match as much?
I mean, you watch what Darius has done and how he's grown, and he's been, more than capable of handling those matchups. Not to name names, but we've challenged him multiple times and put him on, other teams' best players who might not be at the point guard position, or guys who have been at the point guard position who, may get more attention or more acclaim than he's gotten. And he's done a really good job. So we've got no fear of putting guys out there who just guard their position.
How much do you anticipate Ty to be involved in the backup point guard position, obviously with the stuff where he's going back?
I mean, he's playing his way where it's making it hard not to put him on the floor. You just watch him play, and he makes the game easy for everybody else. He's a two-way player. He's a leader, a communicator, a facilitator. He knows how to push the tempo and get guys in their spots early. So he's making it definitely difficult to not play him.
You have guys like Tristan and George, obviously right intention, just to have guys back. Kind of find
I mean, it can be good or bad, right? But I think it has to be the right people. And I think Tristan and George are the right people because they work their tails off. And everybody sees how hard they work and how committed they are to not just the pretty easy stuff. So they respect their work ethic. If you have a guy that's not a worker and he's just laughing and joking, nobody's going to respect that person or follow that person or even find the levity in the moment. But, when you have guys that work as hard as they do They can break tension and bring people back, a little bit. But it doesn't take away from what you're trying to get done.
So yeah, the Ty Jerome, man. It looks like so far, right? Still early, but Ty Jerome might be the backup point guard. Especially with Rookie Rubio not reporting to camp or any the pre-camp and this training camp and media day. Rubio not being present, we kind of know we already knew what to like. We already knew what to expect. Like we knew he wasn't gonna be present, right? We know the whole situation. So I think well, I don't think I already said it in one of my videos, but Ty Jerome should most likely probably be the backup point guard, sharing the point guard duties. Levert can even handle the ball if he wanted to, but as far as the backup point guard goes, you got Ty Jerome, and then shoot, I don't know if Craig Porter Jr. is still on a two-way contract. Sharif, I don't know if he's going to make the team. But Ty Jerome, so far from what it's looking like, he will be the backup point guard. So far, it looks good. It's still early, but it sounds like he's doing his job. And I think, in my opinion, I do think he will be the backup point guard, especially with the absence of Ricky Rubio. JB even talked about challenging, our guards. Man, I know we get a lot of flack for having a small backcourt, but I think our guys definitely it gives effort. They are serviceables at times, man. I think they don't get enough credit, man. I've seen them play some defense. DG, he been in the weight room. Mostly all the cats been in the weight room all summer. But with DG, man, right after the loss, uh he been in the weight room. Donovan been in the weight room. Like right after we lost his Knicks series, man. Some of these guys was had to work, man. DG been hitting the weights and he wanted to get stronger, right? He wanted to get stronger for the defensive end. He talked about wanting to get stronger in the post when players try to, back him down. He want to be able to defend this year, man. And with Isaac Okoro going to the bench, more of the duties will fall on the backcourt, right? With DG. I think JB is going to challenge DG to guard some of these, you know, point guards, these elite point guards that's going to be here, man. We're gonna see what happens, man. But that's DG has got stronger, and um I think JB gonna challenge him. He already made it clear that don't be surprised, DG take on certain assignments. So we gotta see, man. We gotta see, man. But let's move right along to the guy we talking about. Let's move right along to DG. DG to PG, man. Day 2 of DG at the practice.
The way my body feels, yeah. But no, not really. I feel like my first day here, actually. Just being like a kid in the candy store. Back with the guys, doing something I love. So, it doesn't really feel like I'm the oldest, but I have that veteran mindset that I am the oldest, but it doesn't feel like I'm the oldest. No. I mean, I'm loud in practice because they want me to be loud, but I crack a joke here and then. George, yeah, for sure. George is hilarious. Yeah, he's definitely loud. He's definitely the funniest on the team. So yeah, he takes the title.
I don't know if I want to ask. I don't want to get grilled again.
Hey.
As one of the leaders of this team, when you have new guys coming in like Max and George, what do you feel is your responsibility to make sure they fit in?
Just try to put them in the right spots defensively, because that's like our first head of the state. That's our mindset. So yeah, defensively, just try to put them in positions where they can be successful. And then offensively, just try to get them open looks as much as I can. Driving kicks, those swing actions, so I can get some open ones. and really just try to help him as much as I can. Just try to talk to him throughout things and try to teach him.
You mentioned a few times the other day that one of the things that you want to do this year offensively is get Evan and J.A. involved a little bit more. What does that look like within the offense?
Less pick and rolls, more touch game. Thank you. Where they can have the ball in their hands to make plays. Even when Evan gets off a rebound, he can push it up the floor and start the break. Just little things like that.
Tristan's last season here was a rookie year. Now that he's back, do you notice anything different about him from your time apart?
He got a nice dad bod right now. But no, he's always been himself. Always very, very loud. Always want to talk to people. Want to put a smile on your face. Just a good leader. So nothing has changed really. I'm actually starting to take that leadership role now. So the roles have reversed a little bit. So I'm trying to teach him as much as I can, and then he's listening now. So it's a good thing.
He said during media day that he sees Evan as a young man who leads that young man who leads. Do you see that kind of vision with Evan as well?
Yeah, for sure. He can do so many things on the floor. He can shoot it. He can play in the mid-range. He likes to bang now. So, he's starting to look like him actually in practice. So it's good to see that he's just evolving and growing as a player.
Is that role reversal with you and Tristan weird in any sort of way?
A little bit. Because he always sends me pictures of like when I was a rookie and he was my vet. So it's now like, all right, I got the hat now, so I'm going to be your vet, and you just listen to me a little bit. So, it's working pretty well. He's listened to me in practice. We've been on the same team a couple of times, so he's going really well.
What's your impression of the way that Max specifically can elevate you guys if he's in the starting lineup?
Just spreading the floor. A lot of people can't help on me and Don as much. Even defensively, he's really active on the ball, off the ball. He can get some easy buckets for himself, like on curl screens or double down screens. So, it's just different options that we can just get out of, because our lineup is really deep in that starting five. So, if he's inserted to it, it can help us a lot.
I know I got this question asked you a ton before already, but with emotion offense and with so much movement off ball and a faster pace, do you anticipate shooting more threes?
Yeah. I think that's the whole goal, to be honest with you, to try to get more threes up. But our main focus is taking care of the ball and getting good shots. We're definitely trying to play a little bit faster, so some turnovers is going to happen. But we try to just cut down the turnovers and shoot a little bit more threes for sure.
Do you have a number in mind for threes that you want to take in a game?
I don't have a number, but I'm trying to get them up as much as I can.
You said turnovers going to happen more often. When will you be okay with them happening? You said last year, as long as we still win and as long as the results in us playing three, you're okay with it if it happens? Are you still on the same mentality, or you'll just be a little bit more cognizant when we're playing faster pace?
When you play faster, mistakes going to happen more often. So, when we're trying to be aggressive, trying to get downhill or make the right pass, and it happens to be a turnover, I think that we'll take those. But like unforced turnovers or just throwing the ball to the other team, it just can't happen. So we had that conversation, so I hope we all just take care of this.
Going back to Max and George for a second. Last year, some of the guys that you were on the court with are different stylistically, right? And it's no offense to Karras or Isaac or any of those other guys, but you guys were not able to consistently play too many fourth shooter lineups. At times, did it feel congested to you out there? And do you sense in the first couple of days of training camp already more freedom and more space?
Sometimes it's congested, but it always works out itself because either Isaac or Karras are cutting to the rim and it's an easy backdoor layup, so it works out. It works itself out. But you definitely feel the spacing. You feel the floor is more spaced out. It's not as crowded anymore. So you can see the difference. But just got to get used to having no shooters on the backside and just kicking it out to them so I can get open a little bit more.
Darius, what have been your impressions of Craig Gordon?
Craig's been really good. He's super athletic for his size. He can really jump. He's really patient in the paint. um, and then he's really good at decision making. So I like him a lot.
You guys are the same age, but it's kind of take him under the wing a little bit, show him around.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I have Amani a little bit more than I do I have Craig?
Yeah.
But me and Don are working with Craig a little bit, so I've been showing him around a little bit, trying to take us to a couple restaurants.
Spartans, prepare for glory.
That's what I like to hear, man. I like to hear it look different. He said that it looks different. You could definitely tell the space that is there. Um man. I was kind of mad like that report came out about DG being involved in trade rumors. I think it was for Damian Lillard at the time. It was really a stupid report. Like I said, if it don't come from certain guys that I know are respectable writers, I'm not rocking with it. And I know some people really thought like and was making trade scenarios. I'm like, bro, why would we trade our future? Why would we trade DG our future for someone who's clearly only want to be in one certain location, right? As we can see, right? But he's with Milwaukee now, right? Um, but things can change, DG is still super young, but who knows? But right now, DG is the long term situation. He's the franchise PG, and I believe in him, and I believe in Evan Mobley. I believe they can be in Cleveland for a long time and maybe create a legacy here, right? But what DG was saying, like having double T and everybody, I like having more voices out there, right? Some people might look at this as a quiet team, but I like having more leaders on the floor on the offense and defensive end. People who are very vocal, you know what I mean? I said it in the summer. I said it in the summer, like everything that I wanted this team to get. I said it. I said it in the community board. I think I said it everywhere. But um, yeah, man. And DG even brought up the whole we're gonna be playing faster. We're gonna be playing. Um, we're gonna be running the motion offense. We're gonna be playing a little faster. We're gonna have to get into things a little earlier. But Evan Mobley, Evan Mobley should copy and paste from his older brother, Isaiah. Like what Isaiah was doing in the summer league, man. That's what we was already talking about this. After we seen Isaiah ball out in summer league, man. After he then dominated his competition in the summer league, we was already on the fact of like, yo, Ev got to play like this, man. We need to get Ev to do some of this stuff, initiate the offense and stuff like that. So we was already talking about this before it was brought up, right? So I'm glad that they are leaning towards and being more creative, and not having a stagnant offense. But I said Evan should copy and paste what Isaiah did, man. Um, and DG just said it. He just said Ev down there banging, right? Um, Evan looked like his mid range could be better this season. I mean, just clips out there. Ev got a mid range, but it's just not as um consistent, I guess. But DG said he's down there banging more. He been in the weight room. I know some people might say, "Yo, Ev still look kind of small." He don't look like he did a big leap with the weight thing. He could have got stronger, but I think hearing what DG talking about, I know it's still early. It's training camp. Um, hearing Evan down there banging, being aggressive, I like to hear stuff like that. Hearing his mid range might fall better this season. I like hearing stuff like that. But right now, it's like we just gotta play the weight game until we actually see the product put out on the floor in the first game or during the season, right? So right now, it's really nobody knows.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
We don't know yet. We gotta wait and see. It's cool to hear this during training camp, but we gotta wait and see it in the actual games an actual game and during games during the season. I'm gonna play this quick audio by my boy Bubba, man. He talks about Evan Mobley, man, being becoming that guy, right? Getting that bag, being more featured in the offense. And we was already, like I said, we was already talking about stuff like this before JB. I mean, they already knew what they was doing before I said anything, but we was already talking about stuff like this before JB and I made it um public.
I mean, I believe the Cavs gonna have a great year, and in fact, I'm gonna go the extreme and say that I think the Cavs gonna be the first seed.
Ooh. See, look, man. You said it, not me. You
Yeah,
said it, not
I'm very
me.
serious, but in order to get over the hump in the playoffs, I think the power forward needs to take a big step in terms of his offensive abilities, and I'm talking about
Evan
Evan
Mobley.
Mobley, right?
Yeah, of course.
Because we saw him in the playoffs, and sometimes it was like he was not really featured in the offense. It was more so of Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, and Karras came off the bench, did his thing, and um, the Okoro dude, shooting threes. But I need to see him. I need to see him work on his game. I need to see him, get on the block, and use his athleticism, use his quickness, get some easy points. Because sometimes when the Cavs need a bucket, you can't always rely on Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland to make something happen. Evan Mobley, you're 6'11", you're athletic. You're probably bigger than a lot of the centers in the league, apart from Embiid and Jokic and a few others. So I think he has to take
Absolutely.
a huge, yeah, he has to take a huge step offensively and be featured in the offense. And I'm blaming that on the coaching as well. On
Yeah, shout out to Bubba, man. Shout out to, everything he said, man. He knows what he's talking about. Shout out to DFJ Hoops. Um, yeah, man, and don't yeah, this season things will be different. We won't be relying on DG and Donovan Mitchell as heavy as before, man. Evan Mobley and not just Evan Mobley, but even JA is gonna be featured. They're gonna have the ball um a lot more than we think. But I'm excited to see what that look like. I'm excited for this motion offense. I'm excited for everything, man. I'm excited for this new pieces, but we got to keep it real on the Max Strus thing, man. We keep saying if Max Strus, starts, and this and that, he's going to be the star at small forward unless Isaac Crow turn into Jimmy Butler. That's not going to happen tomorrow. That's not going to happen next week. That's not going to happen this season. That Crow will turn to Jimmy Butler. So Max Strus, as of now, will be the starting small forward, right? Unless something changes, unless Imani Bates come out looking like KD or something like that, man. But look, that's just what it is, man. Shout out to the young boys, man. But we got to keep it real though, man. He been projected to start since he got here. When he signed, he expected to start. So, and I'm pretty sure they already had conversations with him about potentially starting and what this offense will look like with his movement. But I get it. I get it, But until it happens, I get it. Now, the spacing, that's what I liked when DG said the spacing. It's a big difference, and it's already showing. So that's all good signs right there, man. It's only training camp. We still gotta see what they look like against other teams. Preseason is here, man. They already had their first game. Not the Cavs, but the Mavericks already played today. Our games will be next week. Just show the schedule one more time. October the 10th, 7:30 at Atlanta Hawks. So that will be next week for us, right? So that's already here, whatever, right? The preseason is here, man. So just hearing the space and making a big difference. That I like that. DG, being uh what you call it, him taking Imani under his wing. He said he's taking Imani more than Craig under his wing. Like Imani, I know y'all don't like the whole John Morant being Imani based mentor, but Imani based got plenty of guys that's in his ear besides John Morant. So there's nothing to get crazy about. I think Melo, KD, Donovan Mitchell, he's all under their wing as well as DG, as DG mentioned, right? and DJ and Spider together is also helping out CPJ, Craig Porter Jr. So these two guys got some potential, man. He Craig Porter Jr. is nice. I saw enough. He's nice. He got it all. He got the tools, man. And he can impact the game in a lot of ways. DG said he was surprised. He surprised him in some ways, man. Yeah, Craig Porter could get up there. He can rebound. Imani's gonna be special, man. This year for Imani, I know a lot of y'all is thinking Imani gonna start or hoping he starts sometime during the season. I'm not here to say no, and I'm not here to say oh he will, but um, Imani is this is no real, it's no real expectation for Imani base at the moment, man. We just want him to go out there and ball out and have no real high expectations. He in a good situation being on his team. He couldn't have been in a better situation than this. He could just ball out, do his thing in the G League, and who knows, baby, he you know come up and do his thing, on a regular roster, man. I know he definitely gonna be in the G League, him and Craig Porter Jr. and Isaiah Mobley. But the idea will be Imani being in the rotation because Imani's skill set is needed. Imani can flat out he could kill some cats, man. Not literally kill them, but he got that killer mentality, man. He's a dog, man. So shout out to DG, shout out to Imani and CPJ and all the guys, man. I got one more last thing before I close out, man. We gonna get into the last thing. I already touched on it minutes ago. I wanted to talk about the Donovan Mitchell extension thing. That would be my last thing. I'm gonna play this quick audio by the Wine and Go podcast, man. Shout out to them, man. Gonna play this quick audio speaking about the Donovan Mitchell extension. We know he's not signed the extension. Well, he didn't sign the extension, but he still got until next year, next summer to do so. So let's talk about this last thing before I get ready to close out, man. So bear with me. Give me 1 second while I play the audio. Bear with me.
I did think it was interesting that he mentioned multiple times that they could do it next offseason. So that definitely seems like if he has a plan to have an extension, that's going to be next season.
I'm glad you brought up Donovan because I think we need to talk about this.
Yeah.
Because this is a fascinating conversation. Look, maybe his future is not in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. Maybe Donovan goes somewhere else, New York in particular.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're talking about guys in this kind of environment, and what we want from those players, the collective what we want from those players, what fans want from those players.
Mm-hmm.
Like Donovan is doing everything he possibly can to quiet the noise, right? And endear himself to Cavs fans and ingratiate himself into the community. So I understand where the narrative comes from. I do. It's Donovan Mitchell. A lot of people have always looked at him as somebody who wants a big market player. His love for New York is well documented. But he has done nothing. He has said nothing other than how happy he is in this situation. And his actions back that up. So I don't know why people continue to try and tell Donovan that he's unhappy or continue to try and tell Donovan that he's not doing enough to show Cavs fans that this is where he wants to be. He is doing everything that you would want from a superstar. He is fully committed to this team. He organized 2 players' voluntary workouts before training camp, something that he had never done before. One of them was in Miami. The other one was in Connecticut, where he lives. It was also part of his 27th birthday. He has been in constant contact with the Cavs coaching staff throughout this offseason, talking about stylistic changes, usage, and Donovan's role. He has been in constant contact with Darius Garland, and they've formed a tighter bond. They've talked about the playoff series loss. They've talked about sharing leadership responsibilities. And Donovan recruited Max Strus and George Niang and Ty Jerome this offseason. So he has been heavily involved in like everything you would want from a superstar player. And yet, no matter what he does, no matter what he says, this won't go away. It's amazing to me.
Chris, there's a reason it won't go away. Because it's
Why?
not
Because he won't sign an extension?
No, because he hasn't put it away.
But he can't at this point. There's nothing that he can do to put it away.
I disagree.
What can he do?
I think he could flat out say, "I'm not going to New York. I'm staying here for the long haul, and I'll sign the extension when it's ready." He could.
He can't say that.
Why?
He can't, because he doesn't know what next season's going to look like. He doesn't know what this team is going to look like. Players his caliber cannot back themselves into a corner like that. Because the minute that they say something like that and they change their mind, because they're human beings and they have the right to change their mind, it's held against them. Ask LeBron.
I'm just saying he could. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm not saying he should. I said he could, though. I mean, in a perfect world, he could, and then fans wouldn't hold it against him. But again, you're right that he realistically cannot, but he could, but he won't. So I'm just being devil's advocate. I'm being a pain in the ass. But I think the thing, Chris, is that you're right. He has done everything to prove that he's all in for this year. I don't have to. I guess my thing is like.
So yeah, that's that, man. He's not gonna come out and say like he can't do that. He's not gonna come out and say he's not going to New York, man. Like Chris said, man, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know how this team is going to look within next year or the 2 years from now, man. It really comes down to how the season how the team performs this season, how far we can go, how we can keep Donovan happy, how better this team can get. If there's is moves that we need to make in the future, and I'm talking about this season. If there are moves we have to make to compete against these other juggernauts. So it all depends on how the season goes, and if you want to look at if he's going to sign the contract extension next summer, he could very well say he's not going to sign next summer, and you let him go as a free agent. I'm not gonna say you let him walk as a free agent, or you could trade him, but I don't know, man. I really don't like talking about this stuff right now. I know at some point you just got to talk about it because we closer now to the situation. We a lot closer now. It's getting closer and closer as days go by. But yeah, he'll make a whole lot more by not signing right now. So we just have to wait and see, man. Right now it's an unknown. We don't know what the future holds with Donovan Mitchell. Like I said, it might not even be long term, man. The future, you looking at the future right now, it could just be DG and Evan Mobley. But a lot of fans will want something back. They'll feel like, you know, don't let him walk for nothing, man. Get something back. If he do want to leave and go to whatever destination, that is, it could be New York. Get something back for him. You're not gonna get back what you gave up for him, but get something back for him, right? Um, I just don't see why he would. I know why he would want to go to New York, a bigger market, but I just don't see why that team, would they even want them? Would he fit with them? Like they would have to give us somebody, right? They already got Brunson over there, so I just don't know, man. Like Chris said, man, it's y'all that's I don't want to say y'all running him out of town, but he he's happy as of right now. He's happy. He hasn't came off as upset or anything, man. He's been happy since he's been here. The Cavaliers haven't given him any reason to be mad or upset. When LeBron was here, there was days when LeBron with those subliminals, like to get what he want, man. But there hasn't been no real tension that I saw that we seen from Donovan. So in my opinion, I don't know how the luxury tax gonna be, but in my opinion, Don should stay, man. I mean, this is a good situation for him, man. And I just hope we can convince him. I just hope we can win this year, man. And yeah, I hope we can do something like that. I would like Donovan to stay, man. You know, he's a unique player, man. He's a superstar, man. He's a unique player, man. You know, you lose that for nothing. I'm just tired of New York noise, man. Right now, like JB said, man, we not worried about the outside noise, just distractions at this point, man. But that's that, man. Shout out to Chris, man. Shout out to the Wanna Go podcast, man. But that's everything. I think I talked about everything from day one to day two. Talked about the new additions and Donovan Mitchell not signing an extension, which he didn't have to. He wasn't obligated to. I have no problem with him not signing because it wouldn't have made sense in the first place. So right now, as far as I see it, coming from me, we just worry about this season, man. And the future is the future. But we worry about how we can get better day by day, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man, about training camp so far. Everything that y'all heard. And no, man, let me know what y'all think and how y'all feel about this team and how y'all feel about Donovan Mitchell not signing a contract extension, man. I want to know what y'all think, man. Um, but yeah, man, that been my time, man. I'd like to thank you and you. Shout out to everybody on the playback. Shout out to everybody that's viewing. Man, I gotta go bust these moves, man. Gotta go work out and stuff like that, man. But don't forget hit that like button, and subscribe if you ain't subscribed, man. But yeah, I'm signing out, man. Go Cavs.